So you want to raise ostriches? Welcome to the land of murder birds, pantsless thunder geese, people with no sense of self-preservation and quite frankly, idiots. I know, I'm an idiot, but I love them anyway. Even though he could kill me if he wanted to, he's still adorable. He's still my baby. So here's Fred. I don't know if you can see. There's Ethel kind of doing her little dancey dance. There she is. So let's start this series out. Well, I've already kind of done other videos, but I should have started with this one. With fence. As you can see, they are very tall. Right, Fred? Fred here is a little over 8 feet tall, I think. Somewhere in there. Ethel, obviously smaller, although right now she's doing the whole mating dance thing, making herself really small, and he's not angry, so when he gets angry, he puffs himself up, gets even taller. So you want a good tall fence so you can stand next to it like I am. Hey, Fred. Without him grabbing ears, because that crap really hurts, or taking my hat off, or whatever other silly little shenanigans he wants to do, because they like to bite. Right, buddy? It doesn't really hurt that bad, but it's annoying when you're not expecting it. The other issue is kicking, because this time of year, stop it, he gets a little cranky, and those little murder toes there can do a lot of damage. Oop, I got crazy here. So he's actually broken one of these posts down at the end, so I need to fix that. Thank you, Fred. But I use these big Locust posts, which are really nice. They are concreted in as deep as I can get them in our lovely rocky soil. 2.5-ish feet, maybe 3 if I'm lucky. And then I use horse safe, no climb fence. You can see it's squares, well, rectangles, whatever. I know my shapes. And I hang it nice and high. So I use a 3-foot fence, but I hang it high and I leave this lovely gap down here that if I need to, if I'm grabbing an egg, I can use my rake, roll it under, show you a little video how that works, if she lays them close enough. I'd prefer if she laid them inside there, but she doesn't, so rake. But also if I need to go in there, it's an escape route. I can roll under here as a last resort if I need to, which ideally I don't need to. I never go in by myself. Always make sure somebody is here to distract the angry thunder goose. He's in a good mood now because it's evening. I try to get them out at night because he's in a better mood then. But sometimes it doesn't always work, especially in the summer. Cranky Fred. But I still love him. Right, Frederick? Even if he does try to kill me on occasion. Maybe I need therapy. I don't know. Probably. But the type of fence I use is Redbrand. You can kind of see it at the top here. It's got a little red line. But these are 2-inch by 4-inch rectangles. And you can tell, let's see if I can get it to focus right here. These are woven, not welded. You don't want the really thin welded wire because they'll break it in a heartbeat. Like I said, horse fence. And it's really good because he can bounce off of it when he's being a jerk, which is quite often. You can kind of tell the fence here, I'll show you, is a little bit bent. So that's where he's bounced off of it. It is no longer straight. It was nice and tight. But I would rather bounce than break or go through. So good fence is key. I hang it so, like I said, it's maybe 2 feet-ish, 1.5 off the ground, enough I can get under it. And I hang it as high as I could with the height posts that I had, left a little bit of clearance at the top just in case. I'll probably put boards across like I have right here, because it's really nice that he can't actually grab me. So things you learn. Also, ideally you want a long space. This is more of like a, I don't know if you can kind of tell, rectangular-ish, circly, I don't know what you want to call it. It's a weird shape, mostly because the rocks around here. I would have made it much longer so they had more room to actually like run, and taken the corners out because they don't like corners. You want rounded edges if possible, but if you don't, it's not a big deal. You can kind of see behind me the tree I need to trim into their house, but they go in there no problems. It's a nice tall door. They don't really have to even duck to go in there. There's lots of sand, so hopefully it will encourage her to lay in there. I'll show you what it looks like. But they have a nice big area, and it actually connects to another area in the back. But right now I just put the little emus out there. I'm going to turn the lights on here so we can see. There we go. All right. So this is their inside. It's basically a birthing stall. This was the old stud stall, foaling stall, once upon a time when we had horses in here. Now we have giant birds. And like I said, nice big area. You can see I put down rubber mat because their claws really tear up the dirt and they were making just a nasty, ever deepening mud puddle there. So we put rubber there. That's been working pretty well. Right, dear? They were terrified of it, so I had to put dirt on top because they would not come inside to get their food. She's eating kind of weird, but this is the perfect height for her. Well, for both of them, they can't step in it. This is hard for them to knock off, which is great because they bounce off things all the time. And I make sure there's enough food in here that they won't run out before the next time I get down here. Always give them something to eat. They're less likely to eat something they shouldn't. Right, girl? Boop. Jesus, stop that. So there's, I guess, the most important part of caring for an ostrich. Good fence. Right, Fred? Yes. They will eat everything they possibly can. If it fits in that, yes, it's going down. So make sure they can't eat it, because that actually is the biggest killer of these guys, is them eating stuff they shouldn't. Hi, buddy. And either getting impacted, clogged up, or eating bits of metal, and we can all imagine how that goes badly. But Fred's actually in a good mood today, aren't you, Fred? So share with us any other questions you have on ostrich care, because I know there's very little to find on how to actually take care of these guys. And I'm happy to answer questions. I'm just getting started in this. It's been 3 years now. So I can share my oopses and the things I would change, like the shape of this pen. For one, I would have made it a little longer for them. But anything you want to ask, send it to me. Happy to share, help people avoid mistakes I've made, and maybe share some other tips that I've been given. So happy murder birding. Right, Fred?